Good evening. Listen, I am not accustomed to speaking on behalf of someone. In fact, after my first draft, I read it over. It read like a eulogy. My man's still here. And, you know, he's one who looms very large to this day in this community. I first met Senator Nicholson back in 2018. I was relatively new to the Greenwood County Democratic Party. I had just volunteered to be the secretary, and I wanted to score an interview to see what it was like to run for office. So without hesitation, he invited me to his headquarters over in the Greenwood building. The first thing I noticed when I walked in his office was a picture of Mamie and himself with President Barack Obama. And it stopped me in my tracks. I said, wow, a picture with the president. Well, it didn't take me very long to realize that just about everybody in Greenwood has a picture with a president or vice president. Raise your hand if you have a picture of yourself with a president or vice president. See what I mean? I was like, what is it with Greenwood? We get such access. Don't these people have protection anymore? But I tell you what, that interview was great. I got to learn a lot about Floyd's history, how he was present at a dark moment in history at the Orangeburg Massacre when he was a young man, barely just a kid, how he served his community as a teacher, a coach, a mayor, an elected officer, how he campaigned with his wife, pushing their twins down the street in a stroller. Back when they were babies, not now. That'd be kind of weird. Where are they? They're here, right? Down the street. It was a great story of a normal man with a big heart. And it really helped take the mystery of what it's like to run for office and serve your community. You don't need to be a saint or have a superpower. You just need the heart. During his final campaign in 2020, I saw more than one social media post that said, I like Floyd, but it's a shame that he's a Democrat. Others said, I supported him in the past, but he's changed. Well, let me tell you, Floyd has not changed. The world around him has changed, and sadly, in many ways, not for the better. I saw Senator Nicholson's name dragged through the mud in a way many found offensive. There was a line of people outside their home door ready to fight the fight, and they were waving the latest attack mailer saying, have you seen this? And the response was always the same. I heard it directly myself. They said, don't you mind that. Don't address it. Don't rebut it. Don't launch your own attacks. They were going to campaign as they've always campaigned, by taking the high road and staying on point with a message of positivity. But like I said, the world has changed, and the votes were cast not necessarily based on local issues and on Floyd's record and everything he's done for his constituents, but instead everything became nationalized, and rational discourse went out the window. So Floyd said to me point blank, he said, politics can be dirty, but you don't have to be dirty. It's not a means to advance my own agenda. It's about serving the people as best you can. And even though he has not been our senator for over 2 years now, he does still loom large in our community. Here's how I know he looms large, and I'll end with this story. A year or so ago, I took Floyd out to lunch over at our place. I wanted to pick his brain on a couple of things. I wanted to understand about the decision-making process for running for office, and at the same time, juggling being a father and being a husband. How did he do it? Let me tell you this. I got no answers that day. I don't even think I got a word in. Throughout the entire lunch, people kept coming over to the table and saying, "Hi, Floyd. How you doing, Senator? How you been, Coach?" And Floyd gave that person, every one of them, his full attention. He recalled every little detail, even down to their grandchildren's pets' names. He has this way of making you feel special, important, that your words matter. So I sat there and enjoyed a delicious meal, and while I didn't quite get my questions answered, I learned a whole lot more that I didn't expect about what it means to be a people person, to be outward focused. Up until that point, I thought every conversation had to revolve around me because I am the most interesting person I know. But watching Floyd in action was a revelation, and without even knowing it, you transformed a life on that day, sir. When I made the decision to take my shot at running for office myself in 2022, I tried to emulate Floyd's style, to truly focus on others, open my ears, and hear what they're saying. And I want to say now to Teacher Nicholson, to Coach Nicholson, to Mayor Nicholson, to Senator Nicholson, to Civilian Nicholson, thank you for the lesson that day. I don't think I'll ever be able to afford the tuition to Nicholson University, but I'll do my best to pay it forward. So from the bottom of my heart and on behalf of the Greenwood County Democratic Party, we thank you and we invite all of you friends to Floyd's Fish Fry, the 3rd annual Fish Fry in April. Keep your eyes and ears open. We'll have that date announced. Floyd's going to be busy catching fish for that event. Thank you.